Hello there, my name is James Harrington, and if Spanish football is for you, then this is the place to be. Today we'll be previewing matchday 35 in La Liga, and it's the big one, the title decider. Let's get into it. Well, let's look at the La Liga table as it stands. We won't talk too much about what happens in the top four this weekend just yet, but do take note of the current points totals for each side with 4 games to go. First place, Atletico Madrid on 76 points. Second place, Real Madrid on 74 points. Third place, Barcelona on 74 points. Fourth place, Sevilla on 70 points. Villarreal up to 6th after beating Getafe, and Real Betis go to 7th after their 6th straight draw, this time against Valladolid. We then see Celta climb to 10th after winning 2-0 on Friday night versus Levante. In 12th, Cadiz all but mathematically secured their safety with a 1-0 victory over Granada. Then, after saying in the last episode they were cut adrift, Eibar on the weekend and do the unthinkable and win a match, scoring 3 past Alaves with no reply thanks to Quique Garcia becoming the first Eibar player in La Liga history to score a hat-trick. Well, let's look back on those matches that I previewed in the previous episode. They were Huesca versus Real Sociedad and Valencia versus Barcelona, but I'll save that one for later on. Now Huesca. Huesca, like Eibar, did the unthinkable and emerged victorious, getting all 3 points against Real Sociedad thanks to a 1-0 victory, giving an Elizondo own goal in the 87th minute after a Sandro Ramirez free kick. I really liked what Sandro said in his post-match conference. The mission of Huesca today was to make Real Sociedad feel uncomfortable. And whilst Real Sociedad did have opportunities, as the game went on, Huesca became more confident, more daring, more threatening, and they secured the victory. Whilst they still remain in the bottom 3, this does give them a huge boost in their hopes of surviving in La Liga. So it's finally arrived, matchday 35 in La Liga. Fixtures that we've been talking about for weeks now. Spanish football pundits, fans have dubbed this the title decider weekend. Now, we've said that before. All the top 4 teams are playing one another. On Saturday, Barcelona play host to Atletico Madrid, and on Sunday, Real Madrid play Sevilla. It truly is a mouth-watering round of fixtures. Starting with the Saturday fixture, Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid. Now, what a week in La Liga Barcelona have had. On Thursday, losing to Granada 2-1. And when I saw that scoreline pop up on my phone, I legitimately gasped in surprise. How did that happen? That was Granada's first victory at the Camp Nou in the club's history, thanks to goals from Jorge Molina and Darwin Machís. Now, bear in mind, in this match, Barcelona had 82% possession, and also to make matters worse, Ronald Koeman got a red card for his remonstrations to the officials, meaning he was in the stands for the match against Valencia, but will also be in the stands for the game against Atletico Madrid. So on the weekend, I watched Valencia versus Barcelona keenly to see how the Blaugrana responded, and boy, did they. In the first half, they were largely frustrated by Valencia's back 5 policy, but in the second half, the game truly came alive. In the 50th minute, Gabriel Paulista gave Los Che the lead, and you can sense that Barcelona fans around the world and the players inside the stadium were thinking, oh, where's this going to go? However, in the 57th minute, Messi stepped up for a penalty, and he actually missed the penalty but got on to the end of the rebound, making it 1-1. In the 62nd minute, Antoine Griezmann made it 2-1 for Barcelona. He's been in really good form of late. And then in the 67th minute, Messi steps up for a free kick, and he scores his 50th direct free kick in all competitions for Barcelona. But the game wasn't done there. With Barcelona leading 3-1, in the 83rd minute, Carlos Soler of Valencia scored an absolute worldie from outside the box. Barcelona were able to hang on and keep the 3 points, which was great news for Ronald Koeman's men in the search for their La Liga title. Before I continue talking about Barcelona, we probably should mention the fact that Javi Gracia was sacked as Valencia manager after this match. Los Che currently sit 14th in La Liga, 6 points away from the relegation zone, and whilst it has been a disappointing season for the club, not all the blame can be attributed to Javi Gracia. The Los Che board have to shoulder some responsibility. They've decided though to call an end to Grazia's tenure at the Mestalla, having only appointed him last summer on a 2-year deal. Last week when I was previewing Barcelona, I really delved in depth to the tactics that Ronald Koeman has deployed as of late. However, for this match preview, I want to focus on one player in particular. And no, it's not Messi and it's not Frankie de Jong, it's Antoine Griezmann, the former Atletico Madrid player. Now, Antoine Griezmann, as I said earlier, has been in really good form of late. This season, he's got 19 goals in all competitions, 12 assists. He's got 5 goals in 5 games of late. Since Koeman has moved to a 3-5-2, he really is flourishing. Clearly as well, building an understanding with Lionel Messi. It was most evident recently that Griezmann is no longer a shadow of his former self when he got that brace against Villarreal. He's clearly going to be a key asset for Ronald Koeman against Atletico Madrid, and I'm sure he'll make his presence known. After this match against Atletico Madrid, Barcelona have a really nice run-in. They play Levante, Celta Vigo, Eibar, all winnable matches. And there was a really interesting stat. In 13 out of 16 seasons where Barcelona have been on 74 points after 34 matches, they've won the La Liga title, having only failed in 2012, 2014 to Atletico Madrid, and 2017. So it seems like history's on their side. Now the opposition, Atletico Madrid, the league leaders. They go into this match having just beaten Elche 1-0 thanks to Marcos Llorente goal in the first half. However, Marcos Llorente could have been the villain, giving away a penalty late on, only for Fidel, Elche's captain, to miss it. Atletico Madrid fans can clearly breathe a sigh of relief with Diego Simeone's men emerging victorious and getting those vital 3 points. Now, I'm so excited and so unsure what Diego Simeone is going to do going into this match. Is he going to play a conventional back 4, or is he going to go with his 3-5-2 that he's adopted this season, the more attacking formation with wing-backs? Is Koke going to be fit? He's kind of that metronome in the middle of the park. And if he's not fit, Kondogbia, will he keep his place? A man who, since he signed from Valencia, hasn't got many minutes, but did a really impressive performance against Elche in terms of recovering the ball. Will he play Lamar and Felix? Will they be starting? As well, will he be going for full throttle football, really aggressive attacking football, or will he play more conservatively, just trying to get that point like he did against Madrid in March? As well, what about Luis Suarez? Now, Luis Suarez was unfit to play when these two teams met on match day 10. However, going into this match, he knows he's got a point to prove. He left the Camp Nou last summer acrimoniously, and so he'll be out for blood against his former employers. Honestly, it's so unpredictable, but it's so exciting at the same time. Given all that unpredictability, I don't know how Barcelona are going to feel going into this match. And remember, earlier in the season, match day 10, they did lose this game 1-0 thanks to Carrasco getting the goal. Now, admittedly, in the first half, when they conceded the goal, Barcelona, it was due to a ter Stegen rush of blood deep into injury time, where he came so far out of his goal that Carrasco managed to get the ball around the goalkeeper and put it in the back of the net. That actually gave Los Rojiblancos their first win at home against Barcelona in 10 years. After this match as well, Atletico Madrid have a trickier running for the La Liga title compared to Barcelona. They play Real Sociedad, who are obviously hunting for Europa League football. They play Osasuna, who I feel is quite a slippery opposition, and then they play Real Valladolid. And what would be really interesting was if the La Liga title race goes down to the final day and Atletico Madrid could win it, and if the relegation battle goes down to the final day and Real Valladolid could go down, what an epic match that could be. And remember, Atletico Madrid fans, at one point in the season, you were 12 points better off than Barcelona. Now that's down to 2. I hope for Diego Simeone and all the Atletico Madrid fans that the nerves don't get the better of the players in this one. Normally at the end of each section I would give my score predictions. However, I'm going to leave that to the very end of the video to keep you in suspense. So the other match this weekend that we have to talk about, Real Madrid versus Sevilla on Sunday. Now, Real Madrid, let's start with them. Their last Liga match was a 2-0 victory against Osasuna. It was a really tough game for Real Madrid, and it was only until late on when Militao managed to break the deadlock. Casemiro then got the second goal, but that was a very fortunate goal, diverting a pass from Benzema into the back of the net. Now, unlike the other teams, Real Madrid had to split their focus this week, having to play the Champions League semi-final second leg versus Chelsea. So for Barcelona, Atletico Madrid and Sevilla, they've been able to purely focus their energies on this round of fixtures, and unfortunately Los Blancos haven't. Now let's talk about that game. So the stats afterwards the match lead you to believe that Real Madrid played okay. But frankly, it was such a dismal and flat performance from Zinedine Zidane and his men. I was just shocked how they approached the game. They started with a back three of Nacho, Militao and Ramos. And Ramos, it has to be said, didn't look sharp enough. Shouldn't really have played. The midfield lacked... There was no energy there. Modric, Casemiro, Kroos couldn't really impose themselves on Chelsea. Vinicius Jr., well, Ben Chilwell was getting the better of him every time really going forward, and there was such poor service going into Benzema. And as well, what I was really surprised about, I felt the substitutions Zidane made were the right ones. However, when you can clearly see the game isn't going your way, the patterns of play you're using, the nice balls into feet, with the clock running down, why are they not doing long balls, lumping it into the box, and hopefully someone gets on the end of it? That didn't happen, so that was really surprised. I think there was poor game management on the part of Real Madrid. Effectively, Real Madrid were just so outclassed by the London club, and Chelsea deserved to go through. What's going to be really interesting though is seeing how that game affects both Real Madrid mentally, the disappointment of being so close to a Champions League final and putting a performance like that, and as well how leggy they looked, how fatigued, and what are going to be the consequences of that on the Liga title hopes. So putting that Champions League horror show to one side, in good news for Zinedine Zidane, with the fixtures remaining, he's got Ramos back, got Mendy and Valverde. Now, two players I want to talk about, minus their performances against Chelsea in the Champions League, and it's not Kroos and it's not Benzema. Number one being Militao. Now, Militao, to be honest, looked finished at Real Madrid. When he signed last summer for big money, he just always looked shaky and nervous when playing in the defensive line. However, of late, he's looked really composed and he reads the game well, and he's quite athletic actually. And he got the goal as well against Osasuna, so that do him a world of good. It can be said that maybe not having fans in the stadium has helped him grow. And I think if Ramos was to go this summer, which I think most Real Madrid fans are hoping he doesn't, with the performances Militao putting in of late, they'll hopefully cushion the blow. The other player that I want to talk about, and it's the youngster Antonio Blanco, who played against Osasuna, and in recent weeks he's become more and more involved in the first team, and it's great news for Real Madrid, for a team that really are lacking quality in depth. He doesn't seem fazed by making the transition into the Real Madrid senior side, and when he plays, he actually enables Casemiro to push further forward rather than having to sit back and protect the defenders. So when these two sides met early in the season in December in Andalusia, Real Madrid emerged victorious thanks to a Bono own goal, giving them the victory 1-0. Now looking beyond this match against Sevilla, Real Madrid do have some tough fixtures. They play Granada, who as we've seen can handle themselves with having beaten Barcelona, and as well they have an outside chance of qualifying for the Europa League. You've then got Athletic Club, who have beaten both Atletico Madrid and Sevilla in recent weeks, and then they end the season against Villarreal, again another team trying to qualify for the Europa League. So if Real Madrid are going to win the La Liga title, they've got some really difficult opposition to overcome. Now the opposition, Sevilla, who on Monday night lost 1-0 to Athletic Club, not only denting their La Liga title hopes, effectively a hammer blow to any chance of them winning the title. I had actually been rooting for Sevilla. They haven't won a La Liga since 1945-46 season, their only La Liga title. So this was going to be somewhat of a fairy tale, but it wasn't to be. Against Athletic Club, they were the dominant side. They threw absolutely everything at Athletic Club. The king of the match, Unai Simon, the Athletic Club number one, that tells you everything. He put some great saves together, and as well, the Bilbao defence withstood the constant pressure, the constant onslaught from Sevilla. And as they were pressing, as they were searching for that winner, in the 90th minute on the counter-attack, Inaki Williams of Athletic Club got the goal, meaning that Marcel and his men got the 3 points. I mean, I was so bitterly disappointed for Sevilla with that result. Lopetegui afterwards talked about how his side just hadn't been clinical, and it's true. En-Nesyri had some wonderful opportunities to give Sevilla the lead, but it just wasn't to be. It is just such a shame that Sevilla are not going to win La Liga this season. With being 6 points behind Atletico Madrid, who has a far superior goal difference, it just seems like too big a mountain to climb. However, if I was an Zidane's men, I would still be trepidatious going into this game. Be wary of Sevilla. An accusation that's been labelled against Lopetegui's side is that they can't do it against the big three. They have beaten Atletico Madrid this season, so they've still got a lot of fight left in them, and they will have a key role to play with the title race going down to the wire. Before I wrap up this segment, you've really got to take your hat off to Sevilla. Since the COVID-19 outbreak back in June, they've played 69 games. Having won the Europa League and with minimal summer break, look how far they've come. They qualify for the Champions League, and they've got a great team to build upon for next season to challenge for that La Liga title. Their remaining fixtures are against Valencia, Villarreal and Alaves, and you never know what can happen. They might have an outside chance of winning La Liga, but to me, it just seems unlikely. So then what are my predictions for these two matches? Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid? I'm going to go with a 2-1 victory for Barcelona. And then on Sunday, Real Madrid versus Sevilla. I'm going to 1-0 Real Madrid. Now you're probably going to ask the next question, who's going to win the La Liga title race? And before their defeat to Chelsea, I probably would have said Real Madrid, but they just look a bit ropey at the moment. I'm going to say Barcelona. Barcelona are going to win the La Liga title. That's who I'm putting my money on. Well, that's it for this week. That was my Matchday 35 preview. If you did enjoy the video, hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, and give the video a thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.